I am Jocelyn Makasare, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Parvatibai Chogle College of Arts and Science, Margao. Program Bachelor of Science, Subject Botany, 5th semester, Paper Code BOC 107, Paper Title Microbiology and Plant Pathology. Title of the unit is Applications of Microorganisms, and the module name is Alcoholic Beverages Made from Fruit Juices, that is cashew apple juice, and module number 27. The outline: process of making cashew wine and process of making cashew feni. Learning outcomes: explains the process of making cashew wine and cashew feni and differentiates between cashew wine and cashew feni. Introduction: cashew, the scientific name is Anacardium occidental and the common name is cashew in English and kazu in Konkani. It belongs to the family Anacardiaceae. In India, there are around 20 lakh tons of cashew apples produced annually, most of which are thrown away. But in Goa, we have around 50,000 tons of cashew apples which are utilized in the liquor industry. Here, after post-harvest, the cashew apples perish within a very short time. Therefore, they cannot be kept for more than a day and must be processed soon after collection. Now, mostly the cashew apple juice is fermented and made into alcoholic beverages, which retains the fresh, fruity flavor of the cashew apple juice. Cashew is a seasonal crop. Cashew apple distillation continues for around 4 months, that is from February to May, and it provides employment to around 10,000 families in Goa after the rice crop cultivation. The cashew apples, the juice of cashew apples basically is fermented to produce two types of liquors, that is cashew wine and cashew feni. Now, cashew wine contains around 6 to 12% of alcohol and cashew feni will contain 40 to 45% alcohol. We shall discuss about each in detail. Cashew wine is a light yellow alcoholic drink with an alcohol content of 6 to 12%. This is the industrial processing of cashew wine. Selection, slicing, crushing, sterilization, filtration, inoculation, fermentation, filtration again, pasteurization and aging. We shall see each of these steps in detail. The first is selection. Mature sound cashew apples, tree-ripe cashew apples are collected and washed. And the second step is slicing. Now, the cashew apples are sliced in order to ensure rapid rate of juice extraction. Then, the apples are crushed in a juice press. The juice press gives around 70% efficiency of juice extraction. Sterilization. Sterilization is carried out in stainless steel pans and a temperature of around 85 degrees Celsius is employed to eliminate wild yeasts. Filtration is done. The juice is filtered and it is later treated with sodium or potassium metabisulfite to destroy or inhibit the growth of undesirable microorganisms like molds, acetic acid bacteria, etc. Then it is inoculated with yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, variety ellipsoides, and after inoculation, it is stirred thoroughly and allowed to ferment for a period of 2 weeks. After fermentation, the juice is again filtered. Here, the wine is separated from the sediment and it is clarified using fining agents like gelatin, pectin and Cashe. Clarification is done to remove any turbidity. You do not want your wine to be very turbid, okay? A clear wine is a good wine. And filtration is carried out using filtration aids such as Fuller's earth. Pasteurization is carried out at a temperature of around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Aging. The wine is now stored in wooden vats for around 6 months, and after aging, if necessary, clarification is again carried out before bottling. Packaging. The wine is now packaged in glass bottles with corks, and it is preferred to keep the wine out of direct sunlight. Now, when the wine is aging and maturing in bottles, many reactions like oxidation occur. Now, the formation of esters and aldehydes together with tannins and acids improve the taste and aroma of wine and also enhance the preservation of cashew wine. The next is cashew feni. Cashew feni is a brandy or a liquor which is produced in Goa by fermenting cashew apple juice. The term feni is derived from the word fen, which means froth in Konkani. This is the industrial processing of cashew feni. Ripe cashew apples are plucked and de-seeded, then they are transported from the farm to the industry where the production of feni will be carried out. They are washed and weighed. Then the cashew apples are put in the fruit mill for juice extraction. Later on, sulfitation is carried out. Basically, sulfitation is carried out by pumping in sulfur dioxide gas, which clarifies the fruit juice. Then it is inoculated with yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, to improve the alcohol content and fermented for around 2 to 3 days. Then it is distilled. After distillation, the alcohol content is adjusted to 60% and it is kept in wooden vats for aging at a temperature of around 15 degrees Celsius, and it is again diluted to 43% with water. Now, when it is diluted to 43% with water, it is the ultimate cashew feni that is obtained at this point. The next step is filtration, and the alcohol is then, cashew feni is then bottled and labeled. The traditional processing of cashew feni. In the traditional process of making cashew feni, tree ripened fruits are collected and de-seeded, and then they are placed into a basin which is carved out of a stone called konbi to release the juice. Now, the juice that is released is basically your first extract, and it is extracted by stomping. Stomping is basically extraction by crushing with your feet. Now, this stomping process is gradually being replaced by a press called as a pinjre, and later on the fruit pulp is patted into a mound and tied using a vine called nudi to hold the mound in place, and then a heavy rock is placed on top of the mound to extract the remaining juice. Now, this will be the second extract, and the remaining juice is called niro. Niro is a very light and refreshing sweet drink, which is a very good drink to have in the summer season. After the juice is extracted, it is kept for fermentation. Now, the juice is placed into a large earthen pot called as a kode. Now, this earthen pot, kode, is buried halfway into the ground, and the juice is left for fermentation for up to 3 days. After the juice is fermented, it is distilled. The traditional distillery is called the bati. The components of the traditional distillery, the bati, are barn, pipe, launi and fireplace. Barn. Now, barn is a big copper cauldron which contains the fermented juice to be boiled. The pipe will be made up of bamboo which acts as a transformer of vapor. And then we have the launi, which is a clay pot which acts as a condenser. and then we have a fireplace. This is basically a picture showing the bati. Cajofeni is a triple distilled spirit. The first distillate is urak, which contains 15% alcohol. The second distillate is kazulo. Now, urak is redistilled to obtain kazulo, which contains around 40 to 42% of alcohol. Later, kazulo is again distilled with urak and an alcohol is obtained with 45% concentration, that is your feni. These are the references, some additional references. Thank you.